Hey, my name is Elizabeth Lyons, and I am a country singer-songwriter. And this is Behind the Song. And this song is called He Could. And I'm about to invite two of the most talented songwriters who became my friends in the beginning of my career when I moved to Nashville, some of my first friends. And I'm so grateful and thankful that I was able to write this song with them. Matt Nolen actually produced some of my first album and some of my first singles. And he's played with John Fogerty on the road keys and is just super talented. And I'm obsessed with everything he touches. Jordyn Mallory is a dear friend as well, and she is a country artist just like myself, independent, has an amazing voice, and I'm just so excited to be able to introduce you guys to them and tell you guys about Behind He Could. So I'm gonna I see Jordan's in here. So let's let her in. Hey! Wait, is it working?
Yes.
Yay! Oh my God, how are you?
Good.
Good. How are you?
Good. This is so
everybody
fun. Thanks for hopping on.
No, cool. Some stuff here at the house, music stuff as usual, but
Amazing.
who's that little guy?
I know.
Baby.
What's his name?
Baby.
Baby. All right.
Baby is
Ha.
oh my God. Baby rules my world, as you can tell. He's like, pet me and give me attention.
Wow.
And I'm so excited for you guys. Thank you guys for being here today. We wrote this song back in, was it 2012?
Oh,
Yeah,
2012?
probably.
same.
Oh my gosh. Yeah. So
That was 08. That was my
Yeah.
last, I think that was my last year there, so had to be 12.
wow.
I feel like the times we wrote, you always kind of had an idea. That's
Yeah.
how I feel like it was usually your idea, and then we all just kind of start singing. I mean, that's how it was for some of the other ones we wrote. But
Yeah.
it's been a minute, honestly, trying to remember exactly. 2000, yeah, 2012, I think.
Crazy. I mean, I can't believe it's been nearly like a decade. That's definitely aging us a little bit, huh?
Right? It's insane. Time flies.
I know.
Seriously.
Well, y'all were some of my first friends I made in Nashville, and I remember just Jordan hearing your voice and being like, "Oh my God, I have to like be friends with her." And Matt, I would listen to your like songwriting sessions when I was an intern, and just was blown away by like every song you wrote was just so epic. And so yeah, it was so cool to be able to meet you guys. So I mean, how did we all meet? I guess Jordan and Matt, how did y'all meet? And then we can go to how I met y'all.
I feel like go ahead, Jordan. I feel like, go ahead.
Didn't we meet at the Hootenanny?
I was going to say, I was working with David Malloy, and,
Yeah.
And he was like really impressed with you. And I remember we had this thing where everybody came and played, like all the artists, and I mean, but you were pretty young then, maybe like.
Yeah, I was
16.
baby.
Yeah.
I was a baby. Yeah, but
Yeah.
he had the Nashville Hootenanny, which was a thing where a
Yeah.
bunch of different people would go play at his studio. And that's honestly, like, that's how I met so many of my first few friends here in Nashville, was through the Hootenanny. It was an amazing way to meet people.
Yeah, it was a really special thing. It was kind of ahead of its time because there wasn't,
100%.
there
Yeah.
wasn't a lot of social media, and it was the idea was to sort of webcast something to where, to make it like a live event. I mean, it's so ahead of its time. Like right now, that would be
I know.
perfect.
I feel like people go live like every night now on TikTok.
Yeah, right.
Yeah. Yep.
Yeah, so they were trying to go live, and but it's funny because you can send, like, I try to get somebody to watch it, but it was just a little ahead of its time, technology.
Right.
But it ended up being just a hangout too. So that's like we met a lot of different people, and
Totally. Yeah. And then I remember Jordan, I think did we meet through Abby Wallet?
I think so. I remember seeing you with her and seeing you at the Olay office.
Yes.
And then just seeing you around town all the time. And I was like, this girl's awesome.
I know. Yes, I was an intern and I would sit at the front desk, and I was out every night trying to network and meet people. And I think,
Yep.
Jordan, you were at a lot of the
Yep.
events, and obviously I met Matt because I was an intern and saw him every day.
You're always very positive and like
Oh.
bubbly and just
Yeah.
excited. And that's, that's not always easy to find too around the publishing world. Everybody's kind of grouchy.
You're so funny. I know. It was fun. I always try to greet everyone with a smile, I guess.
Yep.
Yep.
As I got outside that little house, you're right, Matt. It's kind of I learned that that's not always like that, but I was so excited that I think that day I think I took a break from interning. Denny Carr, my boss, was letting me.
Denny. Yeah.
He let me take a little break, and I think you booked that back room, right? And
Yeah. I can't remember. I had a room downstairs too that was kind of creepy.
no,
It was like haunted down there. Remember that? I don't know.
yeah.
Yeah.
No,
I
I remember that. Yeah. I think it was in the room upstairs, but I remember, I think that the inspiration for He Could, I think, came from, I was probably frustrated with, just, probably wanting a relationship and things not kind of going my way. And I think one of you had said, like, well, if he wanted to, he would, or he could, or something.
Oh, right. No.
And then it was like, I was like, okay, that has to be the hook, right? I mean, I don't know if y'all remember, it was so long ago.
Yeah, I mean, I know that to this day, I'm still kind of a fan of surprises in the chorus.
I love that.
I don't know if that was me that tried to do that or whatever. One of y'all did, but I like songs that have a little bit of a surprise. Like where it's not just clever. It's just like, oh, cool, has another meaning.
Yeah.
Probably chase it too hard. I mean, sometimes, but I like that. I like a little information coming out at the end. Go, oh.
Yeah, same. And I don't know if you have noticed this or if you guys have noticed this, but I think this is like the perfect time for this song because I'm seeing all of these quotes and I'm hearing different girls say, look, if he wanted to talk to you, if he wanted to date, if he wanted to take you out on a date, he would.
Right.
He would.
Right.
So
it was simple. And I think, like, I remember, Matt, you created the demo and it was like this cool, like just keys and like pads and maybe like a little bit of a, beat, right?
Probably.
Yeah. And then Jordan sang on it and I was like, oh my God. And over the years, I've sent it to people and friends who I trust, and everyone always goes back to this song because I think at some point someone can relate to this and who has related to this kind of frustration of like, what am I doing in my like love life, and so I decided, to record this, and the lyrics are kind of dark though. I feel like we were
Yeah, yeah.
what do y'all think of the lyrics?
Hey, I always try to do that though. Like I can't, I like to get to something that moves you one or the other,
Exactly.
Yeah.
And if the music's moving you, if like I listen to a lot of EDM and kind of stuff like that, believe it or not, it doesn't matter what they're singing, but in our business and country, I think you really have to have a story or something. I mean,
Right.
just a lot of songs that just fall flat. They just don't have they're not saying anything. So I'd rather be dark and weird than nothing. And I've written more of the nothing songs. Believe me, I'm not criticizing.
You've written like every song that I feel
I've written every Whiskey Lake song you can imagine.
Yeah. No, I think so. And I think it's a really vulnerable song. I think I didn't really record it because I think I, for a long time, was probably somewhat like embarrassed to feel that way, that like you're like at a point where you're kind of low in a relationship where you're like, wait, like, but then you realize like, I think sometimes girls overcomplicate things. And it's like, okay, well, I guess guys probably do too sometimes, but I know I sometimes overcomplicate things. And so it's like, oh no, like that, it shouldn't be complicated. It should just be like, if he is into you, he's going to call you. It's not complicated,
No, yeah, I know plenty of guys like that too. I mean, there was one guy he's single and still, you know, like I'm married, all my buddies are married, but
Yeah.
he was talking to us about it and he's like, man, this girl seemed really into me, but she hasn't responded back. Like, I've been trying to, I'm like, no, like she's not responding back. I mean, that's all you can do from here. I mean, I think maybe I'm wrong, but
Yeah, you're gonna have to send him the song when it comes out. Like when you have that, like
yeah.
needs advice, we'll just have to send it to him or her.
Yeah.
Maybe
Yeah.
she's just busy, you know. Maybe it's not personal. I don't know.
Yeah. Well, timing is so important in life, and I think timing was, for me to get to a place in my, life and my relationship and kind of seek that happiness that I'm able to probably be more vulnerable. And so I thought that's why, I wanted to put this on the album because I want to also show that I had that hard period of time and that it's not always like good,
Yeah.
and that I wish I would have kind of known that and had someone saying like that honesty of the feelings that I was constantly kind of feeling for so many years. It just changed and you're like, oh, like, I think everyone
Yeah,
felt that way before,
yeah. I mean, I feel like there's a lot of songs where they're not real honest because they're kind of like,
right.
I don't even think about you anymore. I'm like, yeah, obviously you do, or you wouldn't have written an entire song about this person.
Right.
It's always like, I'm so over him or whatever. And
Right.
so I kind of appreciate how that song is like. I think a lot of people feel like that, you know?
Exactly. Fit into the other songs. And so I was like, okay, this has got to be it. So,
Oh, that's awesome.
yeah.
I love this song.
Yeah, I mean, we forget to relate to people. You know, it's okay. Like so many artists want to project something strong, and I feel
Right.
like that there's a lot of like female artists who probably wouldn't sing that song because it makes them look
And I
weak.
think for a long time, I didn't want to sing this song because I wasn't like confident or hadn't really, I guess, gotten to almost you have to get to a place of like happiness where you're like able to be like,
Yeah.
okay, well, I can say, well, I was in that situation before, but you can also be, it's an example of that you can also get to happiness and that all the obstacles you go through help you get to, the happiness, like,
Yeah.
like kind of like all the storms and shit you go through, there's a
Yeah.
rainbow at the end of it, so
There's a little forgiveness in the song
yeah.
too. Yeah, it's good.
Production wise, what did y'all think? So I got to send y'all the kind of surprised you.
No, I like it. I think you sound great on it too. I mean, vocals are great. It's good. It doesn't get too, like you say, it's not all about the production, you know. It's like it's good. It's a song. I like that.
Yeah, it's such a vulnerable song too that I felt like the production was really great.
Yeah.
It will sound amazing. I just I've always loved this song, so I'm happy that it's getting out there.
Yes.
Me too. I'm so happy to have songs get out there. And it's not the first one that's that old. Like I think a lot of times songwriters we forget how, but it's great. So thank you for putting it out.
I know, it's funny actually. Another song that we wrote together I think was Fighting Over Me, and I had do you remember that one?
Yes.
Which
that one was my story.
Yeah, that was your story, Jordan.
Oh my
gosh. But it was funny, a fan I had in Brazil sent it to me and she's like, oh, I love this song, and I was like, oh my God. Just
Isn't that crazy? These people from all over the world.
Yes, it's amazing.
So funny.
It's really cool. So but yeah, I think the cool thing about the production too is that it is, I hope, a little hopeful and gives people that it's not so dark. We wanted to make it more light and almost like cinematic. I think y'all know my goal is hopefully to get a song in like a TV show or a film someday. And
yeah,
I wanted to do this kind of strings and make it feel really country, but also almost kind of like Wildest Dreams, Taylor Swift kind of vibes.
Yeah.
So kind of vibey synth pop, but with country elements. So yeah. Okay, so last question. So what is a funny favorite moment that you guys have had with me, I guess, that you could think of? I can think of some with y'all, but
Go ahead.
Well,
I
I
mean,
think it's so funny that you just mentioned the "Fighting Over Me" song because that was probably one of the most fun writing sessions we ever had. Because I remember my ex, I was at a bar with a new guy, and my ex tried to punch the new guy. And so
yeah.
that day I'll always remember because we had a lot of fun writing that one. Oh man.
That was good times, good times. I mean, I think I couldn't stop laughing when we were reading that song, but it's so fun to sing out, and you literally, once you like play it, you cannot get it out of your head, you know?
Right. Yeah. It's funny.
Yeah, I mean, you're always funny to me. I like every time I wrote, it was a good time. So
You're a ray of sunshine, Liz.
Oh, thank y'all. Well,
there's
you
a
are light in my life too, and I'm just so thankful that you guys hopped on here with me today. I know you're
Yeah.
all so busy, but you guys, thanks so much for writing this song "He Could" with me. And if you guys are listening and you haven't listened to it, be sure to check it out, and be sure to check out Matt Nolen and Jordyn Mallory on their socials and follow them on all of their music platforms. I'll put the links in the description. And yeah, do y'all have anything else you want to say?
no, thank you. Good luck with the song, and
Thank you.
it's gonna be good.
Well, hopefully we can write together soon. I feel like this is a good reunion we've had, and
Yeah.
we always have a lot of fun doing it. So we'll have to
Yeah, I'm in. So
let's do it.
Sounds good.
All right. Well, thank you guys so much. Be sure to like, subscribe, and comment, and we'll see you soon. All right. Thank you guys so much.